Hey guys, it's me, Xbox Live's Batgroom, here to talk about some just random shit. Got some video game news, some movies, music, holidays, random stuff. First off, last night while randomly bouncing around the internet, I happened to find a trailer and kind of a preview movie for a game called Tekken Blood Revolution, which is going to be the first Tekken game on the 3DS. Excuse me. The little promo, it was actually a funny little short movie showing Yoshinori Ono, the producer for Street Fighter, playing Super Street Fighter 4 on his 3DS, and when he gets a phone call from Katsuhiro Harada, who is the producer for Tekken. You know, they've been going back and forth, kind of messing with each other for a while now, and this is legitimately the real guys, and they're just having fun. Ono picks up his phone, and Harada is apparently boasting that he's going to have a Tekken game on the 3DS. It's going to run at 60 frames per second in 3D. And Ono's like, somebody's lying to you. You guys can't do it. It's never going to happen. He hangs up his phone, and he's like, what the fuck? Harada actually comes flying in the window, just busts through the glass. He's there. He's got sunglasses on. He's got like a black gi with a tiger face on the back. And Ono's just losing his shit. He's like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. And so he's stripping out of his suit, and he's got like this red gi on, and he falls out of his own, trying to get out of his pants. Just some silliness, saying, hey, we are friends. We're friendly rivals. We're going to let this, come through. And it's a neat little blurb that says, this has nothing to do with Capcom. We are not affiliated in any way. That is neat. But they actually, after that, got into the footage of the game. It looks good. It looks like Tekken, really. It's amazing the power that we're getting so small in these handhelds. I would love to see this. I'm actually getting more and more drawn in by the 3DS, with Street Fighter, with Mario 3D, with Mario Kart 7, with the Professor Layton Phoenix Wright Please Come Out in the United States crossover game. I've been holding out for a long time, and I have over, I think, 430 hours in Advance Wars Dual Strike. Days of Ruin wasn't very good, but Dual Strike, I have like 430 some hours. I know that a handheld is my gaming system of choice, and you've got Tekken and 3D and Street Fighter in 3D on the 3DS. That getting hard to resist. I'll put the link in the notes below so you guys can check out that preview. It's pretty fun. Another preview I saw was for the sequel to the G.I. Joe movie. This one's called G.I. Joe Retaliation. It was hosted on Machinima, and it was actually hosted by The Rock, who's in it this time. The first movie was terrible. I didn't like it. I watched it on Netflix for free, and it really wasn't worth the free that I paid for it. But this one looks a lot better. The basic premise is we're going to kill off everyone who was in the first one because they suck. I think I saw 5 characters returning. It looked like Duke, CoverGirl, Cobra Commander, Snake Eyes, and Storm Shadow. Cobra takes over the White House. We have people who look like the Crimson Guard as opposed to just the random, blue suits. You actually see some folks who look like Crimson Guard, maybe like ninjas. They've added, looks like Jinx is in there. She was fun. And the 2 big additions, one of these, I guess I haven't been paying attention at all because I haven't been interested. The Rock is in there as Roadblock. And he's a big enough dude that, yeah, I'll buy him, firing off that minigun. That's pretty badass. And the other one is Bruce Willis as, the original G.I. Joe. From the 60s, when he was first became an action figure as opposed to boys playing with dolls, Kung Fu Grip and all that. Pretty badass. It looks like something I might actually pay money to see. I might pay money to hate it. I might pay money to actually enjoy it. It's kind of neat because some people may disagree with this, but I think that the inclusion of The Rock will make this movie so much better. I think most things are made better with The Rock, and I was never a big Rock fan when I was into wrestling. He wasn't my guy or anything, but when you saw things like The Mummy and the Scorpion King, it looked like he was going to be the next action star. He was going to be the one for this generation. The people who were a little bit too young for Schwarzenegger and Van Damme and Stallone and everything, who had gotten a little bit of the Jackie Chan, Jet Li. I thought it was going to be essentially The Rock and Jason Statham were going to be running shit. But he keeps getting screwed. He keeps putting... He was in Doom and nobody watched it, myself included. The ones who did apparently didn't like it. He was in, what, The Rundown with Sean William Scott, which really wasn't that bad, but because of what it was, it didn't sell. It never had Blockbuster written all over it. Any stupid movies like with the Tooth Fairy or whatever. Or was that Vin Diesel, who was like Rock Jr.? Lots of just bad movies. But putting him in Fast 5 almost made me want to watch it. Like, I've never seen more than maybe a total of 20-25 minutes of the Fast and the Furious movies. And maybe I want to try them out. They become like a guilty pleasure. From all reports, the racing scenes are actually good. The car stunts are pretty badass. But, you know, having The Rock in there and get into a fight with Vin Diesel, shit, yeah, I'd watch that. I'm normally pretty down on Vin Diesel, but he was good in Pitch Black. But if they, hopefully this movie gets him back into contention for, you know, current action star. If they make an Expendables 3, I'm anticipating Expendables 2 making money. If they do an Expendables 3, you already had Austin in there, put Rocky in there, I'll be very happy. On the way in to work, dropping the kid off at the babysitter, I had grabbed some CDs off my desk just to have some variety of music in the car. And I popped one in the other day, and the title I had written on it just said, Annoying Techno. And that should pretty much tell you the content. It was just old techno shit that I used to listen to all the time. I had it playing in the morning as I was driving the kid to the sitter, and she was in the back just like fucking jamming. I mean, she got really into Prodigy. She got really into Sandstorm. I mean, this is the crap I listened to like over a decade ago, man. It's fucking Darude. My kid was listening to Sandstorm. It was surreal. I was down for it, though. It was cool. So I turned it up, you know, comfortable level. I don't want to damage her hearing or anything. And just drove to the sitter. We were just dancing the whole way. It was awesome, you know. Fuck, you know what? Here. Start the car here. CD. We're going to play some Sandstorm for the rest of this video. Why not? No, that's not it. Let's go. Brain bugs on here. Yeah, Sandstorm. Here we go. One last note as we got Sandstorm playing. My office is doing their like annual Toys for Tots thing, and normally I don't have spare money to spend on toys for other kids, let alone my own family. So I normally don't participate. But I've been doing some cleaning in the basement, and I found a lot of toys that I had for my toy scalping days that I was going to buy and resell. And I used to do this all the time and made good money doing it. Got some good returns. I bought two big assortments. One, I actually bought a ton of these things. I had Adult Swim toys. I got some DC First Appearances. I got a Green Lantern assortment. Everything sold out of the First Appearances and the Green Lantern except for these. I mean, this is First Appearance Hawkman. It's really lame. It's pretty lame. There's like no detail on this guy. It's fucking Hawkman, for Christ's sake. Nobody wants to play with Hawkman. At least he has like a sword. The other one, this is where it gets really good. From the Green Lantern line from DC Direct a couple years back, Ganthet and a generic Guardian. They don't even have a name for him. He's just Guardian, just generic bullshit. I sold Parallax, I sold Hal Jordan, I sold Black Hand. Kilowog sold like instantly, but nobody wanted to buy the goddamn Ganthet and Guardian box. These are going in Toys or Tots. Who's gonna play with this? Some kid's gonna get this and be pissed. They'll be like, these look like disappointed Smurfs. They're angry with me about something, and they're wearing bathrobes. But It clears him out of my basement. I get these toys so kids get Christmas presents. I was going to bring in some of the Adult Swim toys I had. I sold all of my Harvey Birdman. I sold all my Aqua Teens. But C-Lab and the Brack Show did not sell worth shit. I could have brought fucking Sandstorm, so play it. I turn it down. The Brack Show stuff, I could bring in. It's just gonna be kind of weird because it wasn't like Brack and Zorak like you'd expect. It was Brack's mom and dad, and they're just so like mismatched, and it's just like some furniture, and that's it. Just them being domestic. And that would have just been fucking weird to give to kids. But the C-Lab toys, which I was surprised they didn't sell, it was Quinn and Debbie, and they have like the dolphin, and they have like a video monitor and stuff. But then they've got a alarm clock with Space Baby on it. They've got a can of Mingus Dew, and like 3 bottles of whiskey. And that one would just get me fired. But those would be cool for Toys or Tots. I have another day. I might consider those ones. But those stayed home today. They didn't go. If you want them, let me know. I'll let them go at a good price just to get them out of my basement. Oh, and just random. This morning I saw... anyway, that's all for today. Check out the video links below for the Blood Revolution video for G.I. Joe. Feel free to leave a comment or a response video. Hope you all have a great day. Until then, just remember, never trust a big butt and a smile. We're going to fade out with some Sandstorm. Fucking Sandstorm, man. This is so fucking old.